language lovers, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to talk Latin. We're going to learn a few expressions. Most of them I'm sure you have seen written somewhere, or you've heard someone expressing themselves in Latin. Well, you may say, oh, I will never use Latin. You will in written form, isn't it? A few expressions here and there in Latin. So let's start with quid pro quo. Quid pro quo. Something for something. You give something to someone in exchange of something else. For example, in some countries in Africa, many schoolgirls are forced to have sex with their teachers in order to get good marks, in order to pass exams. Do you know about any case like this? Has the teacher been punished? Let me know how the teacher has been punished, and if your country has been implementing severe punishment in those cases. Yeah? In many cases, those schoolgirls are under 18 years old. And many times, it's not about having sexual pleasure from it. It's really about humiliating the victim. Yeah? It's sad, but it's true. The second expression we're going to talk about is very easy. Onus probandi. Yeah? Onus probandi is burden of proof. So if you accuse me of stealing your chocolate, Ferrero Rocher, it's not on me to prove that I haven't done it, but rather on you to prove that I have done it. Okay? You'll have the onus probandi on this case, on this accusation. Yeah, that's how it goes. And another very simple expression is sui generis. Contrary to what the expression generis suggests, this is actually more exclusive than inclusive. This means unique, one of a kind. Okay? Another expression is prima facie. Prima facie means on the face of it, as it looks like. For example, prima facie, Derek Chauvin had intention to kill Floyd. That's an example. Okay? Prima facie, on the face of it, the way it looks like. Okay? Another very simple word that is very used is ad hoc. Means created or necessary for a particular situation. For example, a committee meeting happens every month at the end of the month. When COVID-19 happened, let's say in the middle of the month, you would have to convene a meeting, a committee meeting in the middle of the month, which is unusual. So you would have to convene an ad hoc committee meeting, okay? So it's something that was created punctually for a specific situation. An extraordinary situation happens, you have to create an ad hoc, a resolution, for example, while you wait for a more complex resolution, let's say. Okay? Good. Caveat. It means a warning of specific conditions. He may be set free with the caveat that he returns to his parents immediately. So it's like a condition. Habeas Corpus is a legal order through which someone who has been detained unlawfully can ask to be heard by the judge, so that the judge decides whether he was lawfully or unlawfully detained or imprisoned. That's habeas corpus. In camera. In camera these days means in private, as opposed to in curia. We're talking about hearings, court hearings. In camera, it is a private hearing, and in curia, it's a public hearing. Okay? Inter alia. I'm sure that you've seen this written everywhere, in newspapers, in novels, any kind of writing. So inter alia means among other things. So you have a list, okay, which is not really exhaustive. Another word for exhaustive is comprehensive. So you have a list and you mention three elements of the list, and then you say inter alia, which means among other things. Okay? Yeah? So I really hope that this was useful, and like I said, if you don't want to use it vocally, if you don't want to say those words or those expressions, you can use them in written form when you're writing on a higher register. Okay, so use these expressions and more. There are many more available. I'm going to be doing more videos on this for sure. Thank you very much for tuning in today.